Short-term gains, long-term pains. Welcome to another episode of Self-Employed Success Secrets Midweek Edition. With me, your host Marcus. On today's episode, we're gonna be talking about taxes, okay? Unnoticed taxes, okay? I once worked with a lady who exclaimed to me on the phone, "I hate taxes." And I'm sure, as the quote goes, where there's one, there's many, okay? And also you can apply that quote to getting clients, okay? If you can get one client, you can get many. Just keep that in mind here on Self-Employed Success Secrets. Whether you are a self-employed statue maker or you're a self-employed painter, hopefully this channel is here to help you just have a better life, okay? And I want to speak about a quote that I saw that really relates to you in unnoticed taxes. So this is what Ben Franklin said. He said, "Friends and neighbors complain about taxes. And if it was only the taxes we had to pay to the government, they would be easily discharged. But there are other taxes that we have to pay that are much more grievous," okay? He said, listen, when I say this, he says we're taxed twice by our idleness, 3 times by our pride, and 4 times by our folly. Okay, I want you to get that. He said, friends and neighbors complain often about paying taxes. Now the lady I work with said, "I hate taxes," okay? And if those are the only taxes we had to worry about, they would be easily discarded. Okay, just pay it and move on. But there are other taxes that go unnoticed that are much more grievous to us. Remember, we're taxed twice by our idleness, 3 times by our pride, and 4 times by our folly. Consider that. If this is resonating with you, continue to watch. All right, check me out. I had a friend at Georgia State named Ryan. Shout out to Ryan in Atlanta. He's always say that, check me out. And so I want you to check this quote out by Robert Zoellick. He was the 11th president of the World Bank. And as you're watching this, please know every time you get paid, whether you're self-employed or you're a W-2 employee, you're getting taxes taken out. I'm gonna help you decrease some of these taxes that you may not even know about, okay? This is what he said. He said, "There are many roads to prosperity, but one must be taken, and action leads nowhere," okay? Our first tax that Ben Franklin talked about, remember, he's on a $100 bill. He said, we're taxed twice by our idleness. One way we keep ourselves from, that we allow ourselves to have less money, which is what taxes are, is that there are things that impede you from having more money. It's being lazy, okay? Not being proactive and working hard, okay? How are you lazy? I think all of us have lazy moments. Do you sleep in? That's time right there. As they say, time is money. Okay? Do you slack off at work? Could you do more? You know in your heart you could do more. So I want you to think about that. Remember, we're taxed twice by our idleness. I know you want more money. This is about making you a better person. It's about what's inside of you that really counts. Okay? So the first step, you want more money in your life, is to stop being lazy, okay? Ask yourself today, how can you stop being lazy, or where are you being lazy, okay? Like I said, this video is resonating with you. Continue to watch. I got some more gems to put in your pocket. Okay, so another way we tax ourselves is through pride, okay? And all the tax is that it's an impediment to having more money available to you, okay? Taxes decrease the amount you have available. And Ben Franklin said we're taxed 3 times by our pride, okay? You ever heard of someone who was too proud to sell their house, too proud to get a roommate, too proud to get a part-time job? That's what I'm talking about by pride, okay? Do you see how there's money available for you everywhere if you're just awakened to it, okay? Now, let's go to the big one, okay? Foolishness, the big F, okay? As they say, a fool and his money are soon parted, okay? I'm gonna tell you my story, how I was a fool. Back in 2014, I was in my senior at Georgia State. I was like, I'm gonna live off campus. And I was going through Craigslist looking. By the way, Craigslist is a good way to find an apartment. Those if you ever have to look for an apartment. I found an apartment I could afford. I was like, yes. And then I started reaching out to the guy. He was talking with me. He had all the pictures up. He was like, if you send me the money, I'll send you the keys. He was in like Slovakia or something. And I was like, all right, bet. He was like, yeah, man, just send us the money. We're out of town. We rent it out. It all looked legit. And I was like, okay, cool. I sent him the money. It was like $980. And as I sat there waiting, I was like, okay, checking my email. A couple days went by, nothing. Then out of nowhere, I get an email saying, oh, the guy whose apartment you were renting from, he died in a car crash. He died in a plane crash. And I was like, are you serious? I'm not lying. This really happened. Said he died in a plane crash. I was like, huh. Then I figured out I was scammed. Because other people had gone through this. And I was like, man, this dude took my money. And you would think with a crazy situation like that I would learn, right? You think I would sit in the chair and be like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that again. Guess what? I did it again. 4 years later, I was living in Seattle, I was moving. I went back to trusty Craigslist, and I was scrolling through and I found another apartment. I was like, yes, I found it. And once again, it looked legit. And guys, I'm gonna be honest, I fell for the African Nigerian scam. The guy was like, oh, that was my other one. The other one, he was from Nigeria, but the other person was here. I gave him the money. I went to the MoneyGram at the CVS I showed earlier, where I was outside the CVS in Seattle. It was that CVS. I remember walking in there, sending the money. It all looked legit. Like I said, you think I would learn. I lost like $2,000 in total from these fools, even though I was the fool for doing it again. Learn from my mistakes. I'm not here to be pristine and perfect. I messed up. Okay, I sent money to someone I should not have, okay? Remember, a fool and his money are soon parted, okay? And another point I want to add to that is that I was defrauded, okay? And I want to tell you something, life is too short to be a fraud. You know, don't lie to people. That's what I went through. I lost a lot of money from it, and I will learn next time, hopefully not to respond to scams on the internet where they take your money, okay? Now think to yourself today, how are you being foolish in anything that you're doing? This is the biggest one. A lot of people make foolish decisions when they buy a car, or people buy Airstream, RVs, and they're like, I should not have bought that. You know, what dumb purchases have you made? Because it's your foolishness that is stopping you the most in terms of these taxes, okay? How can you stop being stupid? That's another word for foolish, okay? Let's stop being stupid with stuff. Buying stuff you don't need is stupid if you don't ever use it just to feel good. That is kind of dumb, not gonna lie. Not going to school when it can quadruple your earnings, that's pretty dumb. Just things like that. I want you to think about that. How are you being foolish with your money? It really doesn't matter, okay? And look, guys, we gotta stop attacking ourselves, or should I say taxing ourselves, okay? A lot of reasons why we do this, why we lose money on idle. I wanna give you guys a quick word on a hidden form of laziness a lot of us don't pay attention to. Is mental laziness, okay? As I've said before on previous videos, until you take full control of your mind, you will always be poor. That is a quote that I came across a long time ago, and it was awesome, okay? Until you take full control of your thoughts, you will always be poor, okay? The power of the man is the power of the mind. Peace. Pride and foolishness is because we have no goals in life. And remember, if you have no goals in life, you're playing the lottery with your life, and we all know the odds of winning the lottery, okay? How are we gonna overcome this stuff? Is through awareness, okay? Awareness about how are we being lazy, how are we being prideful, how are we being foolish. Remember, these all go back to 7 deadly sins, okay? Wrath, envy, gluttony, greed, lust, pride, sloth, okay? That acronym will help you to have a better life, okay? Foolishness is not a 7 deadly sin, but it's pretty close. All right, so I want you to think today on this Wednesday, as you continue to be taxed every time you get paid, how can you decrease these 3 taxes in your life, okay? And remember, lastly, as always, unsuccessful people, they make decisions based on their current circumstances. Oh no, I'm gonna be lazy because I feel like being lazy. Remember, short-term gains, long-term pains, okay? Idleness, pride, folly are all things that you benefit from in the present, okay? Let's get away from that and let's be long-sighted, okay? And lastly, as always, successful people, they make decisions based on where they want to be. Make decisions based on where you want to be. Stop being idle, prideful, and foolish. And I've done it too, okay? Don't feel bad about making mistakes. Just learn from it and get better. Until next time, peace.